Hey everyone, in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this thumbnail using Phonto and Canva on my iPhone for free. So let's get right into the video. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go into Canva, and at the top search bar, you're going to search YouTube thumbnail, and you are going to click on the option that says plus blank, and it's a blank rectangle. Then you're going to go into elements, and you're going to scroll until you find grids, and you're going to scroll until you find a grid that has 4 just like this. Then you're going to click on spacing and put the grid spacing to 0. Then from there at the bottom, you're going to click where it says camera roll, and you're going to select an image of your choice. It's going to pop up on the screen, and you're going to drag it into each of the grids. And I'm going to do that one for each of the grids that you see I'm doing here. Then from there, if any of the images need adjusting, you can just double click on each of the images and you can zoom in, you can move it around, you can adjust it to the best of your ability until you get it the way you'd like it to look. And if you ever feel like any of the images aren't as dark or as light as the other ones, you can just click on the image and click on adjust, and you can go to brightness and you can higher or lower the brightness. For me, the second photo was too light, so I just went to brightness and I lowered the brightness to -37, but you may not have to do that. It's all dependent on your specific pictures. But once you are all set with that, you are going to click download, and you're going to make sure to download it as a PNG, and it's going to save to your camera. From there, we're going to go into our app Phonto, and you're going to see a camera icon at the bottom. You are going to click on that, and then you're going to click on the option that says photo albums, and you're going to select the photo that we just made in Canva, and you're going to click done. Then from here, we are going to get out of Phonto real quick, and we're going to download a font from dafont.com. So you're going to go into your search engine. I'm using Safari, and I'm just going to search dafont.com, and at the search bar at the top, I'm going to search keep on Truckin, and you're going to hit search. You're going to click on the font. There's going to be a download button. You're going to click on that and then click download. And at the bottom left hand corner, I'll have it circled. You're going to click on that and then click on download. And then you're going to click on the keep on Truckin font. You're going to hold down on that and you're going to click share. You're going to see Phonto pop up, and it's going to bring you to Phonto where you can install the font. Then from here, you're going to click the X, and you're going to click anywhere on the screen, and you're going to click add text, and you're going to type in whatever word you want, but for me, I'm using the word everything. And then we're going to go to the fonts that I already have in Phonto. You're going to go to the A section, and you're going to scroll until you find the font Avenir Heavy Oblique. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it'll be on the screen and in the description. Then you're just going to make it bigger, and you're going to click on style, and we're going to add a stroke, and you're going to put the stroke to 10 in black. And then we're going to add shadow and put the shadow all the way to 100, and you can adjust that based on what colors you would like for yours. Then you're going to click anywhere on the screen again and click add text, and then we're going to type in shower, go to my fonts, and we are going to go to the K section, and we are going to use the font we saved from dafont.com, which is the keep on Truckin font. And once you have that, you are going to click on style, you're going to go to stroke, you're going to add stroke, and you're going to click on shadow and turn that all the way up, and you can adjust that based on how you'd like yours to look. Then you're going to scroll and you're going to click on curve, and you're going to curve yours upwards, so it will be in the negative section. So I'm having mine to about -20, but you just want to curve it to whatever looks best for your words, and you're just going to size it up or down depending on, again, what your words are and how big you want it on the screen. But this is how I have mine so far, and I'm just shrinking the everything font a little bit downwards, and you can zoom in to get a better look at everything, and I'm just moving everything so that it looks the way I want it to look. Once we have it the way we want it to look, we are going to click on the shower one, and you are going to scroll until you find the duplicate button. Once it duplicates, you are going to click on it and you're going to drag it up, and you're going to delete the word shower, and you're going to type in whatever you want. For me, I'm putting routine. I'm going to scroll until I find curve, and we're going to curve it in the opposite direction. So it was in the negative, so now it's going to be in the positives, and I'm going to have it to about 20. And we're going to put it above so it does this kind of like cool wave look. And you're just going to adjust everything, kind of move it around until it gets the look that you kind of want. Once you have everything the way you would like it to look, you're going to click on anywhere on the screen again, and you're going to click add text. And now I'm going to go till I find this little star thing, and we're going to type in the word aesthetic. And you can type in whatever word fits best for yours. Then we're going to go to the C section of fonts, and you're going to find this font called Covered by Your Grace, and you're going to click on that. And I'm going to click on style. I'm going to add the shadow all the way up, and I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm going to make it smaller, and I want it to be over the everything but moved a little bit to the left, and it should look something like this. You can adjust it around again until you get it the way you want yours to look. Then from here, we're going to exit out of Phonto, and we're going to go to our eraser app or website. I'm using Photoroom, but I always have an eraser website linked in the description below. We're going to erase the background of an image of yourself or the image that's in the thumbnail. You're going to click shadow, and I'm just going to add a little bit of a shadow. Click on move 2D, and I'm going to move it up so it's right behind her. Then I'm going to save it to my device, and we're going to go back into Phonto, and you're going to see 3 lines at the bottom left hand corner. You're going to click on that. You're going to click on add image, and you're going to select the image we just erased the background of, and you are going to click on the image, and you're going to click size and make it bigger, and you just want it to basically cover the image that's on the left side. And so I'm just making it bigger, and you can do your final touches, and once you like the way it looks, you're going to click save, and you're going to click save image, and this is the final thumbnail, guys.